That's quite a heavy load.
That is.
Yeah.
Such a weight of gear would normally have been carried by donkeys, but they'd never make it up the daunting route chosen by the SAS. And anyway, to save money, the War Office had imported some cheap donkeys from Somalia. They were not up to the job, as Lofty Large had found when he first arrived in Oman and tried to get one of them up a steep hill.
The donkey, loaded with kit, kept not wanting to go up the hill, and I had to give it a bit of encouragement. The load slipped round under the donkey's belly and the donkey kicked hell out of it. Things were going from bad to worse, and all the donkey handler did was laugh over it. Just as I turned round, the donkey's face was right by me, and it shook its head, and I stuck a punch in among it somewhere, and the donkey went down like it was shot. Much to my amazement, but not to as much amazement as the donkey handler. I've never seen a bloke sober up so quick, and it was hole in one. The donkey struggled to its feet and looked really willing to go up the hill, and the donkey handler lost his laugh and loaded it up quick, and we went up great from there on.
But on the night of the 26th of January 1959, there was no place for donkeys. Jimmy, Lofty and the others set off on their perilous 8,000-foot climb with almost impossible loads on their own backs. They would have to make the summit before first light or be fatally exposed. The whole operation was an almost insane gamble. To distract the enemy, the SAS had arranged for the Sultan's army to make diversionary attacks miles away from where the regiment would actually climb the mountain. But they were also relying on another piece of deception, having deliberately fed misinformation to some of their old friends, the donkey handlers.
They told the donkey wallopers that we were going somewhere, and of course we weren't going there. And they were on pain of death not to tell anyone, so we knew that the opposition would know within minutes.
But even if the deception worked, no one knew if the climb the SAS had planned was physically possible.
Quite the worst manoeuvre I've ever done in my life, honestly, and all the others would say that as well. Dark, long drops.
Loose rock, not easy climbing at all.
If you fell, you could fall 3,000 or 4,000 feet. Frightening. To put a better word to it, it was frightening.
People were collapsing a couple of thousand feet from the top. People were collapsing, and it takes a lot for our blokes to collapse.
After 10 hours climbing, the first SAS troops had very nearly reached the top. The regiment's much vaunted fitness was proving its worth, and so far the deception plans seemed to be working brilliantly. But then, a chilling taste of how badly things might have gone came as Lofty's troop found a heavy machine gun right in front of them. It could have decimated the advancing troops had its crew not been caught napping.
George and Alex found the crew in a cave below, and they sorted that. Shot the first one that came out before they got to it, and put a grenade in, and that solved it.
Fortunately, the rebel leaders had been tricked into diverting most of their forces to the other side of the Jebel.
It might not have worked. There might have been others, 2,000 waiting up where we were going up. Had there been, it would have been a lost operation. It would have been fatal.
Well, I know what it's like to get hit, and I wondered where the next one was going to hit, ever since. I never thought I'd ever leave the army, because I didn't think I'd live that long.
By now, dawn was approaching fast, and the leading troop of SAS discarded their heavy loads and scrambled across the last steep-sided wadi just in time to receive a pre-arranged airdrop. When the rebel leaders discovered that the SAS had somehow managed to arrive right on their doorstep, they panicked. And seeing the airdrop, they imagined that reinforcements were arriving.